Hi everybody, it's Tracy. When you go to see your OB provider, do you sometimes feel like you didn't quite get what you wanted out of the visit? I know as a provider, sometimes I feel that way too, and it can be frustrating for both of us because as providers, what we want is to answer your questions and to inspire and encourage. And as a patient, you would like your questions answered and you would like to be a part of making the plan. So let's talk about ways to make your visit with your OB provider go the best possible way. This is a topic I think about a lot because, as you might imagine, we all want things to go well. I have a list. Number one, when your provider walks in the room, if you have a list of questions that you need answered, tell them that right up front, because that way they can make that visit about answering your questions in addition to everything else that happens in the course of a visit, talking about your high blood pressure or your diet or what the plan is going forward with your pregnancy. If I know that you have questions up front, I'll make time to answer them. But if you ask your provider when her hand is on the doorknob, then they're going to be rushed and you're going to not feel satisfied with your visit. Number two, if you have someone else that you want to participate in the conversation. I know that since the pandemic, not every office is letting you set up bleachers in the ultrasound room. If anybody else wants to be a part of your conversation with the doctor, again, you need to let us know that at the very beginning. Many times I have a complete conversation with a patient and I feel like we're on the same page, only to have them say, okay, I get it. Then they pull out their phone and say, could you now tell all of this to my husband? No, I can't. I would have really liked to tell both of you together. Let's do it in the beginning and then you can conference in whoever you want and I'm happy to talk to them. Number three, if you have a question about a new medication or an alternative therapy, there's a ton of information on the internet. Not all of it is great information. So you get bonus points if you can cite information from any site that is .edu or .org. Those are always going to be your best bets. And if you can, give us a heads up. Don't ambush us at the appointment with a new treatment that we may not be familiar with. We know a lot about a lot of things, but not everything about everything. It helps our conversation a lot if you give us a chance to prepare. Most providers now have a means to communicate, either an online portal or even picking up the phone. If you'll give us time to prepare or a little bit of a heads up, you'll get so much more out of your visit. And last but not least, be nice. We should all remember that on both sides in every encounter with every person in our lives. If we can just remember that sometimes we have to have hard conversations. Even when we have these hard conversations, it's always going to go better if we can treat each other with patience and kindness. Those are some thoughts. If you have thoughts of your own, share your experience or your feedback in the comments and don't give up.